What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is Power Book 4, Force, Season 1, Episode 5. So, we start this episode off. We have Tommy, he's sitting on the edge of the bed, and he is just thinking. He knows he is in deep, what, and he is just thinking about how bad, he's, how deep he is in with the crew after he done killed everybody, right? So he goes out for a drive, I'm assuming, and Julia rolls up on him again, and she's telling him about this drug, and how it's the next thing, and how it's gonna be a force, and how it's gonna be this and that. And he was like, "Yeah, and you don't have nowhere to move it, do you?" He was like, "You got that big old Flynn name, and you don't have no way to get rid of these drugs." And she basically gives him a taste. She rubs some on her lips, and she kisses him, and Tommy gets that high, baby. He feels that high, and he knows that she's right. That this thing got some heat on it. So, the next day, he and Liliana are trying to figure out what it is. It's first of all, it's black. It's not white. It's black, and she was like, "Well, let me get a taste of it," and and he was like, "Nah. He was like, I don't need you getting high because it's gonna throw you off. We got to figure this compound out, because basically I feel like what he's thinking is, if I can figure out what this is, then I'll just make my own shit and I don't need her, right? Because he knows what she's trying to get out of him. He knows that she's trying to get him to go into business with her. So, and of course, she's clowning him about the fact that, because he had to tell her that he didn't smoke it, he didn't snort it, that it was a kiss, and she was like, "Oh, really? Oh, that's what they doing now. Okay. And you definitely see the two of them are building up this bond, you know what I'm saying, for lack of a better word. So we see Diamond out, running and, doing his morning routine or whatever, and Officer Bennigan rolls up on him. Now, listen, Officer Bennigan, you are 0 for 2. Last week, you tried to roll up on Vic, and Vic punked you. This week, you rolled up on Diamond, and Diamond punked you. But we find out what the reason why he got such a hard on for Diamond, because Diamond put some bad coke on the streets, and his sister, the one that Vic was talking about last week that he has to take care of, seems like his sister got some of that, and that messed her up, and that's why he has to take care of her. And Diamond was like, "Listen, I ain't had nothing to do with that." I mean, he didn't say I had nothing to do with that. He said, "As soon as I knew that the drugs were bad, I pulled them off the street." He said, "I done spent the last 15 years trying to make good on that." He was like, "See, that's what y'all think. Y'all convicts, y'all go to jail, and y'all think that, just because y'all do y'all time, that everything is over. And it's people out here that are still dealing with, the consequences of what y'all did." And he was like, "Really?" He was like, "Oh, so that's why you taking that money from them Flynns? That's what you doing?" He was like, "Don't you worry about what I'm doing." And of course, you could tell he's shocked, because he didn't know that they knew, right? That he knew about the money part of it. So now he just all thrown off. And basically, Diamond lets him know. He was like, "Yeah," he's like, "Yep, I know what you're doing. I know that you taking money. So, like, don't come at me with your righteous indignation and your ass is a dirty cop taking money from the Flynns. Like, whatever, miss me with that shit." And he proceeds to walk away. I said, "Officer Bennigan, you might just want to leave people alone, because you clearly..." Okay. So, the Serbians show up, and of course they're looking for Tommy Egan, right? They are definitely in their feelings looking for Tommy, and he ain't gonna take no for an answer, because he is shooting first, asking questions later kind of thing. So Tommy and Liliana are still trying to figure out this compound. Tommy says, "Listen, they basically have gone through almost the whole sample that Julia gave them, trying to figure out the compound." So he was like, "Listen, I'm gonna go get us some more. I need you to figure it out." He said, "Do you think that can you step on it? Like, can you cut this?" And she was like, "Yeah, I can cut it." And at first she was like, "I'll call a friend of mine." He was like, "Nope, don't call nobody. Like, we don't call nobody. I don't want nobody to know nothing about it. I definitely don't want nobody to get wind of this, because, once we figure this out, this gonna be our shit." And then he starts telling her that she needs to leave town. He was like, listen, you really need to get out of town. As a matter of fact, he even tells her, take the bricks that we got, go somewhere else and start over. And she tells him, where the hell am I going? He was like, you don't have no family, you don't have nothing. She was like, listen, I don't have nowhere to go. What little family I do have, I don't want to bring this to their door. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to show up on their doorstep and then I got these people looking for me. She was like, no. She said, let's, just face it. Like, you stuck with me and I'm not going anywhere. He was like, I tell you what. Then what I need you to do is I need you to promise that you're going to stay here. Don't go anywhere. Don't do nothing. Wherever you do go, call me first. And she was like, all right. He was like, no, seriously. Like, serious. Like, this is serious. She was like, okay. Well, he was like, okay. So then, we see, Diamond's brother still whining about how he built this up and he need, he want to take over the crew. And his boy is telling him, like, listen, why don't we just start our own shit? Like, if you and your brother really can't get along, because he really isn't comfortable with this whole coup d'etat that the brother's trying to plan. He was like, if y'all really can't get along and y'all really can't figure this out, make it work, why don't you just go and start your own crew? Like, just start your own crew. Don't, just let it go. And he was like, nah. He said, I built this. He said, I'm not about to walk away. I built this whole situation. I'm not ready to do that yet. Now, while this is going on, Julia is having problems with her little business partner, because her business partner is really like impatient and she is upset that Julia is not moving this product fast enough. Now, I don't know if old girl owes somebody some money, her student loans are knocking on her door or what, but she seems to be very impatient about getting this product on the street. And she keeps reminding Julia, maybe I went into business with the wrong Flynn. Maybe I'm dealing with the wrong Flynn. And Julia's like, no, you're not. Now, we said last week, down to the TSF, y'all check us out. We said last week that now that Julia has a direct line to the chemist, she really doesn't need her anymore. And it's really only a matter of time before she is out of here. And the more she keeps talking to Julia like she's crazy, the faster it's going to take. I mean, the shorter her lifespan becomes, right? Now, Tommy is realizing that he absolutely needs help, right? He know that they coming for him. And if he don't have an army, he know it's a wrap. It's a done deal. He's gone. And he also knows he don't have an army. Like, so he goes back to Diamond and he convinces Diamond, even though last week Diamond was like, you on your own, I'm not fooling with them. Like, they don't play fair. He does convince Diamond to basically lend his soldiers. I mean, of course he paying them and he giving them a big old cut off of the commission once they set up shop. But Diamond is on board. He also is able to get Vic on board. So the three of them are working together. They done worked out the percentages and the how much everybody's gonna make. And basically, CBI ends up coming out making more out of the cut. And so Diamond goes back to his brother and he gets his brother on board because, at the end of the day, money talks. And so he's able to, let his brother know, listen, yeah, I'm doing business with Tommy, but this is what we getting out of it. Like, basically, all he needs is our soldiers to be in place to help him basically get the Serbians off his back. So they all agree to do it. They start scoping out the Serbians. They find out their pattern. They figure out that they spread each other out so that they're not all in one place. So they figure out that the way they have to do it, they have to move, in groups or whatever. Vic is able to get his second in command on board, because at first he was like, you really want to do this up under your father's nose? Like, you really want to make this move? And Vic's telling him, like, listen, at the end of the day, if I never make a move, like, I can't be a man if I'm too scared to move. Diamond's brother is able to talk his lieutenant, the guy, his right hand, to go along with the plan too. So everybody is on board, right? We are all on board, ready to make this thing happen. Now, while this is going on, Vic rolls up on Gloria, and Vic ends up taking Gloria out to a piece of property he done bought, and he tells her, listen, this is the future. Like, I'm telling you, I'm serious about it being me and you. This is where we're going to build our house, and this is where we're going to do this, and this is where we're going to do that. And she's all in, hook, line, and sinker. She's like, yes, and we can have the house facing this, and we can do that facing that, and they just got it all lined up. Now, um, um, while this is going on, um, Walter's right hand, he's taking pictures, and he ends up taking those pictures back to Walter to show Walter, like, listen, you thought you got rid of Gloria, you thought Gloria was out the picture, but listen, the heart wants what the heart wants. And of course, Vic is not happy about it. Walter's not happy about it because he, like, at the end of the day, the heart don't need don't need to know what it wants, right? At the end of the day, he's Irish, and he know what the rules are, and he know who he can and can't marry. And so while that's going on, Tommy goes to visit Julia, and they come up with a deal. They broker a deal. And Julia was like, but I need a favor. So she gets Tommy to follow her business partner to find out where the stash is. Because, again, the only thing, she's ready to be done working with this woman, but she needs to know where the stash is. So she follows her, and she finds the stash, and Tommy's able to roll up on old dude, the little security dude, and get the stash off of him. Walter goes to visit Gloria down to the bar. And again, you can tell that there's history there. You can tell that, he knows her and she knows him. And he lets her know, listen, at the end of the day, you will never wake up next to my son. You will never be married to my son. You will never kiss my grandkids. And basically, if you leave my son alone and you walk away from this, consider it a debt. Consider your debt owed. Like, basically, whatever she's paying him, I don't know if it's a loan, I don't know if it's some sort of tribute, I don't know what it is. But he basically told her, if you leave my son alone, we even. You don't owe me nothing. You can ride off into the sunset. You good to go. Now, later on in the episode, Julia tries to tell Walter that the way he's handling it isn't the right way, and she ends up going to Gloria and taking the deed to this land to Gloria, the deed that she just visited with Vic while they was talking about where they were going to build the house and where the porch was going to be. And she tells her, she said, listen, that land is worth about $2.5 million as is. Here's the deed. She was like, if you agree to leave my brother alone, the deed is yours. You can ride off. That's a good little piece of, chump change to go and start yourself a new life. And so Gloria is like, you got to be kidding me. Like, are you serious right now? Like, you and your daddy come to visit me in the same day on this same bullshit? But later on in the episode, we see Gloria looking at that deed, and it's looking like she, is seriously considering it, honey. Now, while this is going on, damn Liliana couldn't resist, y'all. She done took a bump off them damn drugs, and her ass done got high, and she decided that she was going to leave the house. She did not do what she was supposed to do. First of all, she should have never left the damn house. But second of all, she left the house high as a kite and didn't call Tommy. So while this is going on, Tommy and the soldiers, they make their move, right? They make their move. They ambush they went to, I believe it was like 3 different spots where the Serbians are. They ambushed those 3 spots. And of course, they were able to, get what they needed to get, but not without some casualties. Vic, lost his second in command. Vic lost his boy, and, Diamond's brother lost his boy, right? So both of them suffered some serious losses. But ultimately they got what they needed. Now, while that's going on, of course they done captured Liliana. Of course they're torturing her, trying to get her to tell on Tommy. They done broke her finger, they done beat her ass, they Lord knows whatever else they did. Show us. Eventually, they do end up calling Tommy, and they let Tommy know, listen, we got your girl here. And Tommy was like, I don't believe you. Put her on the phone. Because in Tommy's mind, I told her ass not to leave the house unless she called me. So she can't possibly be with them. But of course, she was. And he was like, listen, both of us have suffered some great losses. As far as I'm concerned, I feel like it's an eye for an eye. And Tommy was like, you ain't gonna kill her. He was like, you're not gonna kill her, because if you kill her, then you ain't gonna never get what you want, because she knows where the drugs are. So he was like, meet me back at your spot. So Tommy was like, come on, we gotta go get Liliana. And Diamond and Vic and them were like, that's on you. Like, we did what we said we were gonna do. We helped you get rid of, hit those spots or whatever. And nobody said nothing about going to rescue your girl. Like, we ain't got shit to do with that. And Diamond was like, yo, we out. Like, we met our obligation. We out of this. And of course Tommy can't be mad because they not wrong. They're doing what they said they were going to do. So Tommy, of course, he takes off to go try to save Liliana, child. And while this is going on, we see JP looking at old videotapes of Tommy mama again. And I mean, he not gonna let this go. He ain't gonna be happy until he go and find Kate. So at some point, Kate ass is coming to Chicago, and that's gonna be, y'all know how Kate and Tommy get along. That's gonna be a whole damn shit show when that happens. But what he also finds is an old picture of him and Tommy's in the background. So unlike what they originally thought, that they were never there at the same time, they were there at the same time. It looked like it was a school picture where like Tommy is running around in the background while and they have on the same outfit. So I don't know if it's a uniform or they just had them dressed like twins. But that lets him know that they were actually around each other at the same time at some point. Now, while this is going on, Julia's business partner is still giving her a hard time. And by this time, Julia got what she want. And so, old girl, tries to tell her that we're done. She ain't doing this with her no more. That, she made a mistake. And baby Julia tries to stop her from leaving. And she turns around and she smacks Julia and thinks she about to walk away. I said, I know the fuck you don't think you about to smack Julia and then walk your happy ass up out of there. Baby Julia sure enough stabs her in the back. And you could tell that it freaked her out though. Like, she was definitely freaked out by the fact that she did it. And later on in the episode, we see that she still ain't figured out what to do with that damn dead body laying in her living room. Because she can't call her daddy. And she probably doesn't trust to call any of daddy's associates. So she gonna probably end up having to call Tommy, child. But Tommy is a little busy at the moment to be handling, your situation. So Tommy gets back to his place and, Serbians are there. They got Liliana and, we saw where Diamond's brother is mad. He angry because he lost his boy. He lost his right hand. And at one point we see him with a gun sitting outside the barbershop and Diamond's inside the barbershop. And I was like, I know he ain't thinking about going to go kill his brother. But just as Tommy was it was about to be over for him and Liliana, both of them was about to be dead, somebody comes along in a black SUV and, shooting up the spot. Now, everybody's cool. The Serbians, of course, jump in their car and they take off. Liliana actually got hit in the shoulder, but it was a through and through. She be all right. And come to find out that the person that came through and saved Tommy's ass was the brother. So the main person that was hating on Tommy is the main person that came through and helped Tommy when he needed it. So we'll see how that plays itself out next week. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Talk to y'all later. Peace.